Hey everyone, in this video I'm breaking down why Palantir isn't just another tech stock, but one of the few companies in the world that have government funding, political influence, and corporate contracts all intersect in a way that actually moves the price. I'll walk you through first where the government money comes from, who the corporate partners are, and a crucial connection between Palantir's founders and US President J.D. Vance that's becoming a major part of the thesis. So first of all, what Palantir actually does. First off, Palantir is a software and data analytics company that builds platforms like Gotham and Foundry, systems that help manage cor- uh, big organizations and manage massive data sets for intelligence, defense, and logistics and security. So what makes it unique is that its products aren't just consumer apps, it's mission critical systems for the US government and many federal agencies. So first of all, let's go over the government funding. Government contracts are the core of Palantir's revenue, and this is a major driver of its stock performance. So there's been a long history with US agencies. The company started with a 2 million investment from the CIA's InQtel VC arm in 2003. Since then, it has been in defense department, army and intelligence community for nearly 2 decades. So there's been a massive contract sale. The Department of Defense has awarded billions for battlefield intelligence, AI tools, and data integration systems, as well as other federal agencies like ICE, DHS, IRS, and I think it was the CDC as well. Also contract Palantir for data platforms which are used in enforcement and also logistics. So these contracts aren't just like one-offs. They're multi-year and often span across both the Republican and Democratic administrations. This means you have both of the sides, right? You're good on both sides, which we will get into why in a minute. So the now we're going to talk about corporate funding and partnerships. Besides government, major corporations use Palantir Tech too. Over time, Palantir has expanded into commercial clients, including healthcare, finance, and logistics, as well as global enterprise. It's also partnered with firms like Microsoft to deliver cloud-based AI systems to defense and intelligence agencies. These corporate relationships help diversify revenue and signal that Palantir's tech stock isn't just government specific, but increasingly enterprise critical. So why does this funding mix matter for the thesis? Here's the key takeaway. So government contracts are large, predictable, and sticky revenue. Corporate partners, broader market adoption, and higher valuation argument. AI and defense spending priorities make Palantir a top beneficiary as agencies sees shift toward data-driven operations. So it's got government help, corporate help, and just in and of itself, the company is very reasonable. It's a very good company. So that's exactly why the stock rallies when government budgets prioritize defense and AI, because Palantir is directly positioned in the center of both. So now we're gonna talk about the small gamble, which the odds on your favor. It's not really a gamble either way, but if the price, this is what is gonna make the price go up sky high or just a little bit up. So many investors aren't yet talking about, but may significantly influence long-term policy and funding, is the J.D. Vance connection. So, who is J.D. Vance? J.D. Vance is the current Vice President of the United States, and before entering government, he was heavily backed by Palantir co-founder Peter Thiel. So, Thiel's mentorship and funding, Peter Thiel backed Vance early in his career, hiring him into Thiel's venture firm, and then donating at least 15 million to Vance's 2022 Senate campaign through a super PAC. So Thiel has acted as a mentor to Vance since their time together in Silicon Valley and also beyond. So this matters because Vance now sits at the center of the US executive branch while having close personal and financial ties to the same ecosystem that created and pushed Palantir to prominence. So why does this matter? Well, if JD Vance now goes even higher in the political branch, he's obviously gonna have more power, and because of his connection with Peter Thiel, he's in turn gonna help Palantir, and which in turn also is gonna help the stock, right? As well as from corporations, government, etc. So, why do investors care about this? So, when the vice president shares a long standing network with a tech firm that relies on government contracts, has defense and intelligence relevance, and participates in political circles tied to policy decisions, well, then that means that policy outcomes could tilt toward continued or expanded spending on data, AI, and defense tech, all areas which Palantir is entrenched in. So this obviously doesn't mean it's a guaranteed success, but it strengthens the political and policy tailwinds beyond this thesis or this idea. So there's also invalidation, of course, and what could go wrong with every idea in the market. Nothing is guaranteed. So here's what could hurt Palantir. Could hurt if government budgets shift drastically away from defense or data spending, which this is a very low chance because that's where everything is going to, every country, the world is going to expand into AI, and especially they need data integration systems. Next is if political backlash against surveillance tech leads to contract freezes. Now, this is very unlikely because many federal agencies are helping Palantir, and it's very likely not going to happen. Next is if corporate partnerships slow down due to regulation. Now, this has a slightly higher chance than the other two I mentioned, but I doubt it. Even if corporates don't invest much here, the price is still gonna go up, likely. So that's why monitoring policy developments and how Palantir adapts its product strategy is critical. So Palantir's story isn't just about AI or defense tech, it's about government influence, strategic contracts, and political alignment that can shape demand for years. If you're looking at a long-term catalyst, this mix is one of the most unique in the market. This, I reckon, I give it 2 years for there to be a big increase or some type of volatility. So it's like in the middle, it's not extremely long term, but it's still a long term catalyst which you should look on. So if you want more breakdowns like this, hit subscribe and let me know what thesis you want next.